Welcome! It is time for our Wild West campaign, really Western style with a steampunk flair on the continent of the Rock. Our crew, having discovered many things about the area that is central to the Rock, have become a little bit of experts themselves. Very few know as much as they do at this point, having learned about local areas, mapped out a few locations, and excuse me, begun working on this little settlement that they have. They've claimed some houses, fixed them up, and trying to make a peaceful union between those that have held this area down the best they could, which isn't very good at all, and the newcomers, those who are the future. Everyone knows they need to work together to survive, but sometimes that can be rough, even when you know what you need to do. So, after a little bit of issue with a local resident who claimed that there were some negligence on the part of Mr. Bluesong, they said that she would need to present them with proof. And as they stayed behind to get a bigger understanding of one another and express that each other really are important in this endeavor, they found out that it seems that Mr. Bluesong has provided this proof in attacking the local sheriff, 1 silver. Now, they've stabilized the sheriff. And supposedly Mr. Bluesong is in his house. In what condition, we don't know. And their chief suspect, because they do not believe it was Mr. Bluesong, is currently in a tavern, in a saloon, with Arya and Miss Gabby Ross, biding her time. So, I have a sense of what's going on in there. So let's move to what's happening outside. Morgan, Ogie, Matthias, or Martha May, what's up?
I'm going to be heading over to Mr. Blacksong's house.
Bluesong.
Yep, Mr. Bluesong, yes. Mr. Bluesong. Be heading over to his house.
All right. Anyone joining them?
Follow.
Your follow. You might really cracked, but
I will be following also.
Martha May?
Sorry, I said when the crackling noise was. I will also follow. Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. You approach the house. You see the window shattered as though someone dove in. There's blood on the ground. Through the window, you don't see anyone lying just there, though there's a clear trail of blood that leads away deeper into the small house, where the blazing lights of lanterns do not reach. Other than that, the house is dark. What do you want to do?
I'm going to holler in Mr. Bluesong. This is Miss Morgan. No, I would say Deputy Morgan. Mr. Bluesong, this is Deputy Morgan. I'm coming in. We just need to have a chat. I'm not meaning to cause any bit of a scene or a commotion. We just need to have a chat. I'll wait for a response, and if there is none, I'll go in through the window.
Yeah, no response.
Well, Morgan is saying that. Can I go around to the back and come in, make sure no one's trying to run out.
Sure. Make initiative check. Just dexterity. Or whatever you would get for initiative.
Miss Martha May, is that who needs to roll?
Matthias.
Oh,
I have
Matthias.
7.
7?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. You dart behind. What you can see as you cross, you see the back door push open slightly and come back in as if it had been let go and the force of the first shut caused it to reopen and close once more. As you look, quickly make a perception check.
A 7.
Look quickly around, trying to see if anyone left. You see no one. Back of it empty and dark.
Okay.
All right. And those at the front?
Hey, Matt, I've got a world question. Are we used to seeing like standard creatures, like normal animals that we see nowadays?
Mm-hmm.
Are all creatures kind of different in the world?
So, your experience generally is that there's fairly standard creatures. Where you came from, there's hardly creatures. There's what is allowed because you need them to do things like make the soil good and whatnot. But generally speaking, there are the standard type of creatures. Drakes are not unknown. Dragons are not unknown in the world, but a lot of other things would be. Here at the Rock, everything, almost all things have gone through some type of mutation. So there's an endless amount of variation, it seems.
Okay. So Martha May will then, assuming she's seen one turn into a rat, and will make her way in through the window.
Okay.
See what she can find out.
First time you've done this, how do you call on the scenarium to affect this change?
So I think that, again, she has this bracelet that has these different carvings on it. And so she'll kind of start rubbing her hand against it. And as she does, she's humming a pitch, and the actual stone itself begins to make a sound as she makes that change. Just a low frequency sound as her bones begin to crack and she begins to shift.
Around that is something nearly miraculous. That shift.
And then she'll kind of make her way up the wall into the window.
Okay. Does the rat have dark vision?
Yeah,
Or
30
would you-
feet 30 feet of dark vision, yeah.
Perfect. I think if you had dark vision, you'd be able to keep it anyway. So, here you see the door that, since there's only one separated room from this main room, the kitchen is part of this main room, general living area is part of this main room. There's no door even for There's no bathroom. There's just a bedpan set up, an outhouse that's local. You see what you assume to be the bedroom door has been cracked off its hinges. And lies askew, but still blocking the door. But there's the top and bottom have space.
Okay. I'll sniff around. Does it smell like there's anybody here?
Make a perception
Ooh.
check.
Okay. So it says that rats have advantage with smell.
Go for it.
And then I use the rat's perception. Is that right?
Yes. No. You would use your wisdom.
Okay, my wisdom. All right.
So essentially you can choose. Yeah. Use your mental stats.
So 13.
Okay. 13, you smell. There is a faint breath. The smell of whiskey being let out. And blood beyond the doorway. Think it might be alive.
Martha will head over that way and sort of try to peek in, I guess, without being noticed, to see if he is like ready to defend himself, kind of what his situation is.
You peek in. And you see that who you recognize as Blue Song he lies on the floor. There's a pool of blood around him. And there is a bottle of alcohol that is not supported, but seems to stick in place above him. You hear reverberation of sound in the room around it. And it's pouring into his mouth. And he seems unconscious and gurgling and spitting up as though he's actively drowning as he bleeds. And here too, it looks like the whole room has been tossed.
Okay. So in rat form, she's going to leap from the door and try to change mid-air and hit that empty space that seems to be holding the alcohol bottle.
Okay. You you jump up and there's just air. And as you land on the alcohol bottle itself, not touching anyone, as soon as you touch it, it falls you with it. No damage. And some of it begins leaking from Blue Song's mouth. So those of you outside hear the fall of this bottle. It doesn't break.
At that sound, I'll enter.
Okay. See same things, crushed glass. You see the door skew, and you can look through and see this person drowning, unable to seem to turn themselves over.
Yeah. I'll flip him on his side and try and get his breathing clear.
Yeah. Make a medicine check.
$19.
Nice. Put the right pressure on his stomach, and as it comes out, he begins vomiting what's in him out. Eyes wide, and he kind of looks, recognizes you for maybe half a second before he passes out, stable but unconscious.
Martha May, you're back in your form at this point, right?
Yep. So Martha will
Miss-
try and do some cure wounds. So she'll take that bracelet and she'll lay it on top of him. And again, she hums a different frequency, and the bracelet begins to vibrate as she kind of tries to match frequency with his body and find a right tone for healing.
Yeah. As you pass through the tone, searching for that, to point to where his blood begins to sing and glow. And it reacts, and it seems like your healing does more than it should. His wounds close up, so he's more receptive to it. And so roll, this is going to be double the HP restored.
It's 11, so 22.
22. That- And you look, and he's clearly exhausted. Barely cognizant.
Miss Martha May, if you would care for him and make sure he stays here and nothing else happens, I need to search the rest of this place.
Of course, Miss Morgan. I'll stay with him.
So I would like to, and whether this is investigation or survival, because survival is normally outside, investigation inside, whatever, but I'm assuming someone did this to him. I would like to track this person.
Interesting.
And I am assuming, based on previous statements, that this person then left out the back door. So I'm assuming this might be investigation then survival. However you want me to roll it, but I'm assuming
Right.
somebody did this, and I want
Right.
to.
And your character has a lot of reasons to make these assumptions. So, based on your other investigative checks, so it's not like a huge leap. So,
I would be looking for footprints in the back. Maybe
right.
not
We've kind of done that. You haven't been able to find something. I'm going to say this is a perception check.
Okay. It's actually the same roll as survival for me, so that's fine.
Good.
I'm going to burn inspiration on it, though. $23.
Very perfect. So the 23. There's no markings on the floor. But what you do see is, at first it's misplaced or askew boards up top that catch your attention. Door frame pushed a little off and down as if someone hung on it without touching the floor. It seems that somebody using their arms had moved through this space, never touching the floor. And you track that out the door. Where you see Matthias looking around themselves.
I look up. I mean, and I know Space Marines don't normally look up, but I'm not a Space Marine, so I'm going to look up.
Yeah. Right. Or you have reason to because you saw this before. You look up. With that, there is the shingles of a roof that are just slightly out of place. You can tell the general direction they want, but tracking from here would be very difficult. That they're out in the open between just the general dilapidatedness of this town.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna try and follow that direction.
I would say also with that perception around, you do, to reiterate, everything, the mattress has been overthrown, chairs have been ripped, bookcases tossed. In this bedroom, everything is everywhere. And you noticed, actually, with that check, that when the blood of Blue Song glowed, the drippings, the stains glowed as well around the room. And some blood did not glow.
Did the blood that's coming in the window not glow?
Some of it did, some of it did not.
Okay.
Most of it did not glow. Which did... Since you're a deputy, I think I'll give this. Has a very linear pattern, not consistent with regular blood splatter of pressure, but more from as if someone got blood on
Planted
something
it.
and just went, it does.
Yeah.
It definitively does that as you look. I won't give you much more because it was really quick, but you kind of, again, you're in full investigative mode and you've been playing it this way. So you see this thing. All right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I think as you think of maybe what to do next, let's transition over to Arya
Sure.
and Miss Gabby. I think that you, three of you can figure out what's next, or four of you, rather. Unless, did you have something particular you wanted to do?
No, I guess once we get outside, I'd probably try to take over as far as like the tracking, as far as
Okay.
outside.
So you kind of
Just-
fear your rolls out there. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure you had any chances.
I went inside with them, but kind of once we realized we were shifting more outside, I'll be like, I'd kind of tap Morgan on the shoulder, be like,
Yeah.
I can,
And Ogie's got a climbing speed. He can get up on the roof.
yeah,
You might be
I
able to do that
can-
good.
so.
Very cool. All right, so before we shift there, I'm just going to go get my food. I'll be right back.
Where has Miss Ross and Arya been?
We're in the saloon with Petunia.
They're making sure Miss Petunia doesn't disappear
Pretty much.
or get a chance to clean off her hands.
That is who I thought we were chasing.
Oh,
Does not appear so.
I still does anybody remember like if Petunia's human, elf, what she is?
Not off the top of my head.
Did we get that information? What is Petunia? Is she human, elf?
Appears human.
Appears human. Okay.
Remember here, though, that could mean a lot.
Yeah.
Because you can appear with all of you, you can appear human and have any racials that you want. Same is true of Petunia and everyone else
Gotcha.
you meet.
Okay.
So, back here, it depends if there's anything you all want to do. I want to give you a shot here, as you have Petunia. She calmly sits and has taken out a little bit of knitting, and she starts working on it.
Oh.
Thank you so much for keeping me safe in here. I just to have the protectors guarding me. Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, Petunia, that must have been so terrifying.
I mean, it was, but you know, from what we all faced getting here, I guess I was a bit prepared for it. There was something that clicked and made it realize that my real purpose there was to help everybody else first. Just like you all did. You were so inspiring. And it made me even realize that, well, I didn't have to worry about Mr. Bluesong after all. You all had said if there was evidence, you would take care of it. It wasn't up to me to do anything but take care of everybody else. It was a gift y'all gave me, really.
Oh, so glad we could help. Do you need anything to drink? You know.
Oh, I'm quite all right, actually. I don't know if I could keep anything down, be honest. It was, I mean,
Oh, the jitters.
guess-
Yeah, I get it.
I guess caught me a bit. I think, I don't know, something maybe wearing off about the moment, but it was actually quite terrifying, but I guess the inspiration carried me through till now.
Yeah. Well, I think I need a drink. Miss Gabby, you want to help me make some tea real quick?
Oh, no, I was just going to keep our guest company. And I think Gabby would take out her own weaver's tools.
Okay, Miss Gabby. Yeah. Arya's gonna go make some tea for herself only.
Petunia.
One second. Is there some action we want to resolve instead of that then, Courtney?
No, it's fine.
Okay. I was just trying to set something up that kind of got thrown, and I just want to make sure that we still have an opportunity to do something if you want.
No, it's cool. I was just like, Arya was just gonna talk to Gabby. It's cool. Gabby
You good?
is.
You good? Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. No, she's just
Okay.
gonna go make tea.
You got it. Yes, Miss Gabby.
What exactly happened again?
Well, I think I saw him fall onto the ground, and then he saw the sheriff and shot her.
But he did not shoot the deputy.
He
It's twice now that somebody shot the sheriff and did not shoot the deputy. It's twice now.
he So he was outside?
Yeah, until he ran to his house.
He must have known that you came to visit.
I don't know. I don't know why he would. Don't I know why that would matter to him?
Well, I was just trying to figure out why he would do it, is all.
You know, I mean, alcohol can do a lot of things to people.
Does he drink a lot?
As I told you tonight. That's what my sources tell me.
Let's see. Well, what is your last name?
Rose. Petunia Rose.
Petunia Rose. Petunia Rose. Does that family name mean anything to me?
Make a history check.
When Gabby's done, I did think of something that I want to do.
You got it.
So dirty 20.
There's a story told. And it has to do with your line's history. And as it is said that there were two sisters who had a fight, and one took the name Ross and the other took the name Rose. And there's always been a fight over which one was first. There's been disagreement. People don't really remember when they tell the story. Though I'm sure it's Ross. The one telling the story usually would say to you.
Have we met before?
First time I think I laid eyes on you was at the, I think it was actually some days into the journey. I was so, about my business. And, cards seem very fun, they're just not my style.
Yeah. So what are you making, Miss Petunia Rose?
I really don't know. Just, I think the pattern, the repetition relaxes me. Usually helps me think, and in this case, I think it's just a way to keep me from jittering.
Can I show you a trick?
I would be honored.
All right. I'm going to move to sit next to her, and I'm going to reach over and kind of take her hand and kind of change the way that she's threading. But while I'm doing it, I'm just checking her hands too, because I'm wondering, I don't really know much about this stuff that creates this thunder, but I don't know if there's like residue that is generated from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't even think Miss Ross knows, but I think to kind of see if there's something askew from the information you have, I think is good. So this will be, would you need a perception and a deception?
Okay. Perception's a 7.
Okay.
Deception's a dirty 20.
Okay. She thinks you're honestly trying to help her, doesn't notice you inspecting her, but you don't know quite what you're looking for.
There you are.
So you don't find anything.
Just like that. And it'll save up your wrist muscle, you see, so you don't grow as tired as fast.
Thank you.
So I'll sit there for whenever Arya returns.
Yep. All right.
Are there any like the regulars in?
So I generally assumed you did not let any regulars in, that this was,
Or
that nobody was in because they were out in, and then when you came in, you kind of like kept it like a safe house.
okay.
So that was my assumption. If you want regulars to be in, that's not.
Maybe some of the female regulars.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think that's not insane for you to make happen.
Okay. One that I guess would be I want to make eye contact with I guess someone that I think knows Mr. Blue Song pretty well. Maybe it's the lady that we healed the first day. Is she in there?
Certainly. Let's go with it. I like that.
Okay.
So you find her there.
I'm gonna.
She came in very quickly.
Okay.
And you got that she read your body language better than Miss Rose did.
Okay.
And is just there, has given you a look kind of like, if you need anything. Not that she knows what she could do. But
Yeah.
just...
I'm going to like kind of slightly like twitch my head to the back to like kind of come back here to help me make tea, quote unquote.
Yeah. She comes over, still a little shaky on her legs.
Oh, are you okay?
Oh.
Come have some tea with me.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I'll take her to the back to talk to her.
And as soon as you cross the doors, her smile fades and she just looks at you. Like, be playing, girl.
Okay, we know it wasn't Mr. Blue Song that did this.
Okay.
Okay, this Petunia girl, she says that he's a heavy drinker. Have you ever known him to be a heavy drinker?
I mean, she's not wrong.
But
She's not wrong. He drinks. Most of us do.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was pretty dark before y'all came.
Yeah, that makes sense. But he's never been violent, right?
He never shot anybody in the middle of town in a drunken stupor.
Yeah.
He's gone to sheer fair tussles, though.
Oh, Who hasn't?
Exactly. And we're not paragons here. He had to fire at people who he brought over when they left, or some didn't leave so peacefully. It was rough. He killed his husband.
Oh.
He went to I don't know all the details, but just they say they lost sight of what mattered. Is all he'll say about it.
I don't trust this Petunia girl.
I mean, I don't know her.
Yeah. Did you see anything? Was he in here? Do you remember? Do you recall him being in here?
I don't think so. I do know he's got his own that he's kept as far as his supplies. He brews some himself, he says.
Oh, well, hopefully I can talk to him, see if we can exchange information, and
Good luck. How's his secret recipe?
It doesn't make sense. She said he fell. Like, where did he fall from? If he wasn't in here.
Well, when I saw it, he was on the roof.
On the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And when did this happen? Like, when exactly did this happen?
You get that roughly maybe 7 minutes after you all let Miss Gabby leave.
After we let Petunia leave?
So, Petunia, my bad. Petunia
Okay.
my bad.
And it takes how long to get from Gabby's house to the saloon?
A minute or less.
A minute less?
Yeah, a minute or less, depending on how fast
Yeah.
one is.
Okay. So there's plenty of time that she could have set things up. Could you be frank with me? Do you really think Mr. Bluesong would have done this?
I mean, it seems out of character for him, but you'll find that those of us here believe just about anybody's capable of anything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Everyone out there, we all tend to believe our eyes.
Yeah.
And she actually I'll say she grasps your wrist. But you all have different ways about you. I trust you. But I'm only one.
She'll pat the hand grabbing her wrist.
This release is very gentle, like just reassuring.
Yeah, we're gonna make this better. We're gonna find out what happened, what really happened, because this is not something we want in this town. You want some tea? Maybe it'll help calm your nerves.
Sure. I have some tea, Messiah.
All right, and I'll just go ahead and make tea for the two of us. And then if you want to join us, you can come sit with me and Miss Gabby and, well, Miss Petunia. Keep an eye on Petunia. Just keep your eyes open.
Oh, well.
And it's just going to be teapot with just 2 cups, one for me, and I forgot the lady's name. Oh my goodness.
I'm not sure we actually named her.
I can't remember.
So close. Evelyn!
Evelyn. Oh, that works. Okay. There's only 2 cups, one for me and one for Evelyn.
It is. She drinks and
Arya's a little salty about Gabby, just kind of like, no, I'm fine.
Cannot leave her alone. We are watching her.
I was gonna keep us in a place where we can still see her.
You never said that.
I never said that. I couldn't say that.
Come get my tea while we keep careful watch on our guest.
Miss Gabby Ross is like, Morgan asked me to do one thing.
It's fine. It's fine. If Gabby asks for a cup of tea, she'll bring her a cup.
All right. So Arya returns. Something else you wanted to do, Miss Gabby?
I was actually just curious about. Well, now that I know there are people in the tavern, that kind of changes a couple of things. How many people are in here?
I'd say really just probably the one. I mean, I think if there's only one that she wanted in, we'll say 3 for just kind of that. Kind of letting you guys set the scene because you all had control of this situation. So
I think just like the younger women,
okay.
and then Evelyn, because I feel like there's kind of a trust between us.
You got it.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess about 3 extra, including Evelyn.
There's your answer, Miss Ross.
And is this area that I'm in kind of secluded?
Yes, it is. I made a space in the back corner away from windows and everything.
Okay.
Well,
In that case, what I'd want to do, and not in a mechanic standpoint by any, no, none of that, but I wanted to say that I would be teaching Petunia how to play cards. And I'm doing that for a very specific reason, because it gives me an idea of what her tells are.
Okay. All right. Just as art department has corrected me, Evelyn's name is Matilda.
Matilda. That's right. Okay, yeah, that's right. Because I was like, oh, what a pretty name. Yeah,
Yes.
Matilda. Yeah.
Remember.
Thank you, art department.
So during I guess while they were making tea, I would have gone through 3 or 4 hands with her and kind of
Interesting.
just to kind of. If there's one way to figure out how someone is lying, it's to get a base. So I'm
Right.
kind of doing that.
No, yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. I'd say so. Another deception check, since you're essentially telling a lie through what you're really trying to do.
Okay. That is a 23.
Perfect. And then let's do, through the course of doing this, I'm going to do 3 insight checks. They're going to have an increasing DC. And once you fear one, you don't get a chance of the others because that's the level of you gain onto her thing here.
Okay.
So we'll do number 1.
That is 22.
Good to go. Do the second one as you start to go through some of the
That is a
rules.
nat 20.
Very good. Do the third.
That is a 19.
19. I feel like since it's only 1 away from the DC and you had a nat 20 on the other, I feel like I want to give that to you. So I'll say you have advantage on all insight checks that you make against Miss Petunia. From that.
Well, if it's determining lies, I already have advantage.
Okay. So what would you say that would give you then?
It would give me maybe a chance to maybe add a my proficiency bonus. I don't know.
Okay. You have
only +2.
expertise
Yeah.
against
Okay. Yeah, that'll work. That'll
Petunia.
work.
How about that?
That'll work.
Because did you already have?
I don't.
Oh, okay. So you don't have. So yeah, you have proficiency against Petunia for insight then.
Like I have proficiency, I don't have expertise.
Okay,
Like,
sorry.
that's what I'm saying.
Then yes, expertise. The first one we said
Yeah.
yes.
All right. Okay. So, I would ask her really quickly, just before we go to the next scene, because I'm just curious, if she can tell me what happened again. I'm going to play it up like I just keep forgetting things. And I'm just trying to piece it all together
Yeah.
and find the...
This is going to be a DC 20 deception.
All right. In that case, I'll use my inspiration.
Okay.
That is a nat 20.
Very
And so that is a 25.
good. Okay. That's more just so she doesn't begin to get suspicious. Well. Mr. Blouson fell off the roof or jumped off. I'm not entirely sure which one he did. I just assumed it was the roof. I just saw him hit the ground. And he fired at the sheriff. I thought he killed her. And he ran to his house. I said I didn't look too much. I just was so concerned about everyone else.
Okay, so there's kind of a slight variation. I'm saying this out of character.
Not overly. I mean,
Right. Okay.
she adds a few things, but I want to call it like a variation, as in she's.
Does she seem overly descriptive?
Yeah, make your insight check. I think that's how you're trying to.
Yeah.
Because you're determining intention.
18.
18. She seems. She actually doesn't seem descriptive enough.
Okay.
Seems very general.
Kind of scripted.
A little bit. She's decided what she's going to say.
Okay. Okay, that's what I needed to know. So yeah, just that's what I do.
Okay. All right. Unless there's something that you feel. Is there something else right now, or do we go back to the other team?
go ahead and go back to the other team.
Okay.
I'm good. Are you good, Gabby?
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. So, Morgan, Ogie, Martha, May, and Matthias.
So I'm gonna point out what I saw to Ogie. And just be like, here, here's what was going on. There's the shingles. Looks like they were headed that way. And then sort of, I'll start walking that way, and Ogie can take a look from the roofs, since Ogie has a climbing speed.
Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead, climb up on the roof, and just kind of look around and see what I see.
Okay.
Because you said there was a trail that went up the roof or down.
Looked like somebody grabbed onto the side of the roof.
Okay, yeah, I'll go up there and see if I can follow the tracks from there.
Your dark vision is how many feet?
60.
16. Okay. It was fairly. It took a little bit of time. Yep. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
So we'll call it normal.
16.
16. You see just the tiniest bits of blood. Just a little bit here or there. A little bit of a palm print
On the roof?
on the roofs. And you follow it as you go from roof to roof. And where you follow the direction, as you look, it heads towards the abandoned temple before you lose track.
So it went up to the raised area then.
As far as the roofs would go, and then once it kind of be on the ground, you can't really see anything anymore.
Okay.
Since we're back on the ground, can I make a survival check to see if I can pick up anything?
Go make a survival check.
Would I be able to help him at all at this?
I think these are. I feel like you're on the roof doing this. They're down doing this.
Okay.
That's
Go
a
ahead.
22.
Okay. And something like this, I'm going to give you the rolls for the fastest, unless you tell me you want to take more time. Is
Okay.
what I'm doing that is because it's kind of assuming you're doing all this very quickly. That is what I'm going to go from that. 22. You see you see 5 footprints. Left, right. And then just about the heel of the left. And that's it. They're pointed towards that general direction, the raised area, but after that, there's nothing.
All right, well, let's head up that way then. Because at that point, we're at the edge of buildings. We've gotten to the point where there aren't roofs anymore, and this is on the dirt, and it's still headed towards the raised area, right?
Right.
Then
So it's actually running like right by where I live. unless it's going. Was it going north or was it going more west from the town center?
Who's north? I'm not on the map right now, but be towards that temple that where you put the temple.
Well, because we had the temple that was more like west of the.
So
That's where it's headed.
Okay, so yeah, it's going like right by my place. Because we started at the town square, and it's heading towards the temple, so it's heading northwest-ish.
So Matt, I know you're not looking at the map, but fundamentally, from the town square, there are two ways. There's two paths up to the raised area. The temple is diagonal. You can go north and get to one of the ways up, or west to get to one of the ways up from the town square.
I understand. So you're asking me which one it is.
I just put in what I have so far in the mid-game chat in Discord, with most of the things labeled.
Yep. Thank you. Okay.
So that's where I kind of put the temple if we want to move it more.
Okay. Yeah.
Someplace else.
In my head, from my memory, the temple is a little bit different from that, but that's fine because y'all get to make this. So then, all right. So that's essentially a town square facing into it.
So that's the tavern. That's
Right.
Arya's place.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming she's just living at the tavern. So the oranges are all of the PC houses. The red part is the anti-blue song. The blue part is the.
Yeah, so I'd say Ogie, you live somewhat away from everybody else.
Yeah.
So from the last thing you get, it would look like it would be going northwest.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Let's head on up.
Do we want to go get the others, or is the four of us gonna be it?
They're watching Miss Petunia, and I want her kept where we can see her.
Is anyone?
They've got their job.
Is anyone staying with Blue Song?
Martha May was watching
Okay.
Blue Song.
Okay. So
And honestly, I'm more concerned about his medical condition than whether he gets up and walks anywhere.
well, yeah, that is what I'm also concerned about, as far as also the possibility of somebody trying to take justice into their own hands. That's what I meant.
So a little bit out of character. I just want to make sure because I feel like we're getting to a thrust of an action one direction. And you could take opportunity to maybe see if there's others who could watch that the sheriff is back to, their own self again. You did do some healing on them. And do we want to alleviate any of those responsibilities so more people can join in what we're doing?
Perhaps we have Silver take Blue Song and keep him safe and secure in the jail.
If Lady Silver is up walking around, we can do that.
And then perhaps Arya can get a few more patrons in there to kind of crowdsource watching Miss Petunia.
I don't.
Or do we want to leave Arya or Miss Rouse to watch?
Yeah, my brain is going, yeah, it's always a great idea to split the party.
That's what I'm trying to work out here is how are we going to get everybody together so we're not doing that.
And this is where I'm okay with saying, like, if we reasonably make something secure, I'd rather have everyone be able to play. that someone sit like, I'm technically watching this person, but I'm doing nothing as a player.
Yeah,
Right? I don't want anyone to have that experience.
exactly.
Yeah, like there's the in character. I don't trust Miss Petunia, and I don't trust anybody that isn't us to watch her and not get like hoodwinked by her. But I
Yeah.
certainly don't want the players to not be involved.
Right, I would say because you have done a good enough job as the DM. I'm going to say you've done such a good job with her anyway that if you don't want to continue to interrogate her, she's going to probably stay there. There's going to be people who know if she stays there or not.
Yeah.
You've convinced her to kind of go with it. You're able to go.
Okay, so you can.
I'm not going to pull something on you, right?
Okay.
And you can tell Matilda to keep an eye on her.
Yeah.
So let's go with that. Let's.
Well, okay. Why don't you above table timeout? Why don't you guys come up with like an idea to maybe? Oh, Blue Song had an accomplice. We think we found him. Something like that.
Well-
We got Mr. Blue Song, but there was an accomplice.
Right. So in other words, they're saying, why don't you go get them?
Yeah,
And-
or
and-
something
and-
along
and
those lines.
Let's now that we kind of get
Well-
how it could happen, we can resolve it in character.
Yeah, I'm thinking what we're going to say is we're following the thing. We're gonna have Silver hold on to, keep an eye on Blue Song at the jail where it's safe, secure.
But you want to think of
Gonna
what you
have-
want to say in front of Petunia Rose. Just
Okay,
a
that's
thing,
what you're going for. Okay.
that could rewrite everything I said. Just
No.
Yeah.
Let me handle this. I got this.
Okay. I will. How about I just stay here and I'll keep an eye on the thing. You and Matthias go. You handle. You get Arya and Miss Gabby Rouse, and Matthias. Why don't you go get May or Miss Martha May, and make sure Silver gets Blue Song to the thing,
Well-
and we can all meet up right here at my place. Or,
All right,
my
sounds-
place
sounds-
over here.
That sounds wonderful, Ogie. We'll all be back shortly. So, I want to go find Lady Silver and tell Lady Silver, who is sheriff and my boss,
mm-hmm.
out loud in front of everyone that Mr. Blue Song got away. That and ask Lady Silver if she'd start the investigation in Mr. Blue Song's house
Mm-hmm.
while we chase down Mr. Blue Song.
Sounds good. Well, y'all watch yourselves out here. I'll start looking in that house.
And I will walk Lady Silver to the house, get into the house, and then explain what's really going on to Lady Silver.
All right. Hope you can find the evidence there, Morgan. We're going to need it.
Oh, I'm working on it.
Gotta convince these folks we're going to have a bigger problem.
I understand. I understand how it looks, Lady Silver. I do, but this is far too convenient, and there's things that just don't add up about this.
I agree.
But it's why I said things the way I said over in the square, and we're working on getting the rest of everything.
That's fine. We can justify that.
At which point, it's time to go to the saloon. And I'll call over to Miss Gabby Ross.
But we're all together, so we're like all four of us, I think, sitting at the
Yeah, table in
Table.
the corner.
Miss Gabby Ross, I was I was wondering if I could have your assistance for just a moment.
uh, assistance? Okay. And I look at Petunia. Are you gonna be all right?
Yeah, I think I've got this knitting down a little bit now. I gotta try to look at these cards too.
All right,
Mighty fine game you taught me.
I'll be right over there. And I just kind of point over to the
All right.
bar.
There'll be a good news and everyone's okay.
And I'll walk over to the bar so I can keep my eyes on Petunia. Yes?
Well, Miss Gabby Ross, looks like our assailant managed to get out the back door of Mr. Bluesong's house and is headed up ridge towards that temple.
I see.
Place like that can be dangerous if you go up there alone. And you've proven yourself mighty useful with that thing. Wouldn't mind having you watching my back while we're up there.
All right. I'll get Arya and see if we can. Why don't you go say hello to Miss Petunia and send Arya over to me?
I'll go over and sit down. Miss Arya, do you have any tea? It's been so stressful, and I'd order a drink. This is a proper saloon, but I have a feeling I ain't done with business for the night.
I'll push my teacup over.
Oh, Miss Arya, I couldn't take yours.
No, it's fine. I didn't want any anyway. I thought I did, but
My apologies, Miss Arya. I didn't mean.
didn't mean what?
No, I didn't mean to take yours if you were.
Oh no, it's fine.
Well, I appreciate your courtesy,
Of
Miss
course.
Arya. I think Miss Gabby Ross had a question for you. All of this it's just been so stressful. I apologize, Miss Arya.
Oh, of course, it's fine. Where is she?
Just right over there up the.
Oh, there she is. I'll be right back. I'll go walk over to Gabby.
Well, go ahead, guys.
So what do you think of Petunia?
What do I think of her? I think she's a snot-nosed brat. Like, deserves a kick in the pants. And I don't trust her as far as I could throw her.
Oh. All right. That's.
Is that not what you wanted to hear?
Oh no, that's perfectly fine.
Oh, okay.
So apparently, looks like someone is involved with what happened. They're trying to escape toward the temples, and we're probably going to be needed out there to watch their back.
Oh, shouldn't one of us stay here and watch Petunia?
Well, I can if you want, but I figured you've got Miss Matilda right there. She seems capable.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
Are you feeling all right, Miss Aria?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling just maybe a little tired, but I'm good.
Might be all that tea.
All that to you? Maybe. Well, wouldn't you guess?
Yeah.
Morgan came over and tried to take my tea. Can you believe it?
Oh, I can believe it.
Shouldn't have chose the chamomile.
I mean, I had an aunt who used to drink the tea and used to put her right to sleep.
Oh. What kind of tea did she drink?
Well, she used to put something in it. I was never quite sure what it was. It was something, she said it was from up northeast.
Oh, like lavender?
I'm not sure. It came in this little tiny tin can, and she'd sometimes sprinkle a little bit in there. It would distill the color a wee bit, and next thing you know, she'd be life of the party.
Oh. Sounds like something I'll have to look into.
Well, I was just curious because you didn't offer me any tea, and I didn't know if I offended
I am
you.
so sorry. I don't know where my manners were. I just got into my own little zone with Matilda. I am so sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's just, well, I haven't had a glass of tea in, I guess, months now.
Well, as soon as we're done figuring out who's in that place, we'll come back and we can have some tea together. How's that?
That'd be lovely.
All right. Sounds good. Let's
All
go
right,
get.
hey, why don't we both leave so that Deputy Morgan has to come up for it with an excuse?
Oh, that sounds great. Let's go.
All right.
We're gonna walk out.
Amazing.
All right.
Miss Morgan, are you coming?
Oh,
I just
oh
popped
no,
my head.
everyone's leaving.
I popped my head back in. Miss Morgan, are you coming?
Oh, I turned it. So, for a moment before that happens, because there was a period of time there, and it seemed like Petunia was going to have a chat with me. So let's
Okay, yeah.
cut back to that so that I can have my chat before you holler over at me.
Yeah. Oh, Miss Morgan, I trust everything's going well.
Well, it could be going better. Unfortunately, we still have a long night ahead of us. I needed Miss Gabby Ross's help here, but
Let's see, is it more complicated than for Sapirs?
well, there was evidence that Mr. Blue Song was in the house, but we're having trouble. We couldn't find him.
Oh my. He's gone away then. That is my troubling.
So we're.
Go make a deception check.
Oh, absolutely. The question is, do we have any inspiration in chat? Because I'd love to have one.
There is one.
Okay.
Did I get an inspiration for doing the whatchamacallit?
Yes.
Okay.
Then I will take that one inspiration in chat because I need to make this deception chat. All right, that'll likely do it. 21.
Okay. Oh, certainly hope that you find him.
Yeah, why I came in for Miss Gabby Ross. She's proved mighty useful on the journey over, so I figured I could use her help tracking him down.
Let's see. Well, if you see any of my escort, would you kindly send them in here?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
And then Arya hollers over. Yes, I'll be right there. I'll look for somebody so that we're not leaving.
Matilda kind of goes, "Hey, so tell me where you're from."
And I'll get up and follow Arya out.
All right. So, all right, then you are out. What would you like to do? The rest of you kind of knew what was going on.
Get the horses.
We don't really need the horses. It's not very far.
It is for Gabby's short legs.
I have halfling or something ancestry.
Well, if you want to go get your horses, I guess Ogie's not there to tell you we don't need the horses until you get to
Yeah.
Ogie's place and realize the horses might not be able to make it up the little, like there are steps, but they're not exactly the greatest.
My
most
walking
able of
speed's
steps.
pretty slow.
It's only 5 foot slower than the rest of us.
Yeah, it
just
just
have-
means every handful of rounds you gotta dash instead.
I just kind of thematically say it's because Gabby's always watching where she steps. And
Yeah. 100%. So, do you want to get mounts or not?
oh yes,
Okay. So, a few of you
Mount
grab
'em up.
some mounts. Yeah, so get on your mounts and begin the track. It doesn't take you too long. A few hundred feet, but it is. You move towards the temple area, and you haven't spent too much. And it is dark now. Does anyone need to make use of light?
I think I do.
I do as well, and we'll just assume that Martha shows up, since technically nobody had a conversation with Martha May about leaving.
When Silva
joining
comes, she
the
goes,
party?
"I got this, Martha. You go help him."
Yeah.
I try to figure that out.
I apologize I didn't clarify that, but there was the point where I literally led Lady Sylvia.
Right.
Yeah, I led into that.
Yeah.
To going, "Hey, Martha, why don't you go?" With that?
Yeah.
Well, I think
you were worried about
Martha.
medicine, and Martha is medical.
Yeah, Martha and Gabby are the only two that do not have dark vision.
Yeah. Sorry, I just was being silly.
Morgan,
It's fine. No, it's fine.
Morgan, do you have dark vision?
I'm a Lodrin.
Yeah, she's an elf. Yeah.
Okay.
Miss Morgan's an elf.
See, I don't know why I was thinking you were a human.
Miss Morgan is elfier than an elf.
She's
Yeah,
very
she's
elfy.
Fey elf.
All right. So, in that case, you are able to make your way up and towards the temple. So what type of light are we using then, if we can't see? That's what I was trying to get out of that.
I don't know. I don't have any light.
Do you?
I can use produce flame.
Okay. I
torch.
think I have a candle. I have candles. That's all I've got.
I'm pretty sure I have torches.
Yeah, I've got a torch. I can
Yep,
use.
I've got torches.
Martha May can also produce flame.
So you guys can either carry torches or concentrate on a spell.
Morgan's got +7 stealth. It's dark and she has dark vision. Like, I don't need light. What are y'all talking about?
I mean, I've got a
I
+6
live
to
in the
stealth.
dark.
I don't really need it either. I'm just saying, like, for the people that do need it, your options are carry a torch or concentrate on a spell.
It's actually not concentration.
There you
You
go.
saying?
You can produce flame on your torch.
Well,
Lasts for
that's
10
what I was
minutes.
saying.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, concentration. Anyway,
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it's a concentration.
Nope, it's not. No little C next to it that says concentration.
Huh? Huh.
All right.
So,
Oh, it was create bonfire that did that.
Yeah.
So I was right.
okay. So yeah,
Sorry.
Martha May will just hold her fire in her hand.
Yeah.
Dual purpose. She can throw it if she needs to.
Okay. Yeah. So.
It's the first time we've seen you put light in your hand or fire in your hand.
Probably.
Yeah. So let's go. This is like all new. No one knew what Martha could do.
Martha.
You're on fire, Martha May.
All right.
It's I'm not on fire. I can just conjure fires sometimes. It's
That's handy. Handy.
You can conjure fire.
yeah.
Well-
It's possibly because of being so close to the volcano. Some of us can do it.
That
I
makes
spend the
sense.
next minute trying to conjure flame on my hand.
I don't know if people outside of the God Nexus can do it, but
Don't know. It's a neat little trick. Have to look into that, see if I can do it at some point.
Yeah, you'll have to teach us.
I'll happily
Is
give
Stray
that a
literally fire on this set?
Do what?
Yes.
Because
Oh,
Trey's
yeah.
fire should not see.
That's right. Trey's hair. Matthias has fire hair.
Sorry, Trey Matthias is literally fire.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
wow.
Yep.
I
It's
think
God Nexus
See,
as
I
well.
knew he was a fire ganassi, but I wasn't sure if he like actually looked like a fire ganassi
Oh,
or what.
It
Yeah.
shows on his picture.
So who here looks human and who here doesn't? Let me
Yeah,
go ahead and just
let's
ask
re-
that question real quick.
Let's recircle around here.
Okay. Okay, Gabby, what do you look human?
She looks human, but I mean, she is a slight bit shorter than most humans. She probably looks younger than she is as a result of her halfling heritage. So if you were to see her from behind, you might mistake her for a child unless you actually met her. But yeah, she's human.
Okay. We have come to know that Matthias has a head of flaming hair, literally flaming hair. Okay. So, all right, Miss Morgan.
I mean, Miss Morgan, Eladrin, like, they're live. Like, they're not like, aside from the ears, there's nothing really about an Eladrin that screams super not human. But she does have the kind of pointy ears.
Okay.
But
like,
she's-
how
she's
pointy?
got
Are
that-
they like ridiculously pointy, or are they just like slightly pointed? But like, if you put your hair over them,
I
you
think
look like a
that
human.
I think Eladrin have a little bit longer ears than normal elves because they are from the
Yeah.
Feywild.
My look, my ears poke out from under the bottom of my
Yeah.
hat.
Okay,
And
so
this
you've
is
got the
still a
extra
fantasy
long
world, so like
Yeah.
these aren't entirely crazy, but they're just
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, my like.
Well, it's just because with how he's done the world is you can pick a non-human race and still look human.
yeah, you can, or you can be,
Yeah.
or you can have the features. So
Yeah.
so Morgan
No, it-
has the features.
It's but I mean, like, that's the only bit of her that doesn't look like she could be human. It's just the ears.
So does she take on the seasons or no?
She does.
So does she change her appearance with those things?
No, it's the season is more about a vibe for her.
Okay. That's good to know. So
And
that's
I mean-
good to know for everybody because
Yeah.
other legend actually totally changed their color scheme.
Yeah, I have 4 different profile pictures for Sayuri.
So for her, it's just kind of the vibe she gives off.
I'm feeling
Okay.
feeling
And
today.
we haven't gotten to the point where that's an issue at this point because
Right.
I don't.
I was just trying to
I have
establish because everyone's really trying to get
Yes.
these visuals down right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I guess we
Alright.
are level 3, so it does matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's more just the vibe for the seasons, but
What season is she in right now?
winter.
Winter. Okay. Just be careful if she face steps next to you.
The worst I'll do is make you scared. It's
Yeah.
I don't need
Only the
damage.
frightened condition. No big deal.
I think I have advantage against that, so I'm good.
All right.
Arya looks just like her picture. She has pink skin, purple hair, and she has 2 sets of horns, one coming straight out out the front of her forehead and one out right above her temples, and she's got pointed ears. She does have a tail. She is a tiefling, but she's also from Traveler's Breach, where there's dragons, and it's more normal to have those races, I guess you could say.
Yeah. The Fantastical is way more common in Traveler's Breach.
Yeah. So she is, all in all, a tiefling. She has that heritage.
Martha May looks mostly human, but she does have the some furbulk features, which they consider the mutation. As far as her family is concerned, it's a mutation, which is also why she's really big. She's tall, and so
She's
the
broader, right?
yeah, she's broader. Yep.
Is she the tallest?
Probably.
I think so. She's like nearing or a little over 7 feet. So
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
yeah.
taller than that. She's
Well, you can just carry me then.
right on my shoulders.
Yeah.
Just sit right here.
And you have a thing, all of your characters have a thing for people standing on your shoulders. It's fine.
They do.
Yeah. Sayuri stood on Enigma's shoulders at one point.
Were we trying to accomplish something?
Yeah, we were looking for stuff, and
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we all forgot that Enigma had a really high investigation check.
Okay. I never noticed till now.
You don't remember that? It's okay.
I remember
Ogie
it. I just
is-
haven't really thought about my characters having this thing about people on their shoulders.
All
And
right.
Ogie is obviously a cat.
Yes.
Person.
Ogie is definitely a cat. Is probably standing probably somewhere between 5 and 5.5 normally. If he were to fully stretch out, he's probably just over 6 foot. But he's typically kind of standing in a slouched over manner.
Okay.
In the mid game chat, I put the full on those are the full ears.
Nice.
It's just from my understanding of the Fey ones, they're almost a foot long from one end to the other.
They're
For
a
the
little bit.
Elfios.
They're a little bit longer than regular elf, but I know Arya has longer ears because she was given that for our lovely DM. So she's got ears almost on par with our Tagans.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway.
Gotcha. All right.
Cool. So now we got a good sense of what everyone looks like. So, as you're approaching the temple here, it reaches up, though very trepidatiously. You could say there's broken staircases. Remember, the settlers, the original ones, did not build this. This was there before them. Which, some cause, because no one was supposed to be here. But given the location, the fresh water, and some other things, they chose this anyway. And thus, live in its shadow a bit. But it stands there, silent, your light and fire causing shadows to dance up its brown stone. It's about 50 feet inside. You can see some of it. Half walls make loose covered rooms. At least that's what you can see from here. All in all, it's about 100 feet high. Half floors, 3/4 floors. It's downright dangerous. What do you want to do?
Well, we should set up a perimeter.
That sounds like a good idea to me. What do you think, Matthias?
It sounds like a good idea to me.
Anybody else?
So,
Sure.
are we, some of us not going in, or
Well,
have I been able to keep track of the tracks?
No, after the half disappearing, you haven't been able to find any.
I mean,
Okay.
we have really bad vantage from out here. So if they're in there, they have a really well fortified position. So if we go approaching this place out in the open, I mean, they'll probably they'll see us.
Well,
And
me and Morgan are pretty sneaky. I mean, I got dark clothes and dark fur. And I'm pretty sneaky.
right.
Perhaps the two of us can get a better look, and then we can come back and let you know. If y'all just stay kind of out of sight with your torches, with your balls of fire and your head of fire, y'all just stay here. Me and Morgan can perhaps get a better idea of what we're going to be walking into.
What's the distance?
Where would you have stopped to be comfortable?
At the
Probably
door.
as soon as we saw the building.
Okay. In my head,
So
I described kind of being at the door, but if you want to
That's
be a little
far-
farther back, I'm okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I thought we were like kind of peeking into the door, but yeah, that's fine.
So what I thought too, but it's okay. I
Well, it's just we've got people with torches, and if we're like, they almost definitely would have seen us if we walked right up to the door at this point. And so I just kind of want to make sure that we,
Okay.
I mean, assuming that they were posted guard and watching for people coming up.
Well, even so, even like there would have been walking light up to it from a ways away.
Well, here's the problem. Like, I'm no good in a ranged position because I can't see. So I'm a lot better off if I'm closer to
Well,
the building.
I'm just saying, we can, me and Morgan will just sneak up a little bit closer. Because I'm assuming we've got dark vision out to 60 feet, so I figure we're at least that far away.
Okay.
Like, they're close enough that
Let's call it so just for like the description I gave everything. Let's call it 30 feet. Because I think that's going to be because I did give like you saw it right. So maintain the narrative. Let's kind of
Yeah.
cut the difference and say 30 right now.
That sounds good.
So y'all are still close, but me and Morgan, let's get a little closer and see what if we can get a little bit more info on what's inside the building.
Yeah. Go poke our heads in, see if we can see anybody.
Okay, so this is just going to be Morgan. Sorry, and Ogie.
Yep.
Mr. Ogie, I feel like I need to remind you that Miss Arya is also quite graceful and stealthy as well. So maybe we do 3 and 3.
If Miss Arya wants to come, I'd be more than fine with that.
But I think she should go. She's one of our most sneaky people.
My apologies,
Oh.
Miss Arya. I tend to forget that you are as good at this underhanded bit as some of the rest of us. You seem mighty respectable for that.
Oh, you're just saying that. I have no problem helping out if you guys need it or want it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then,
And-
how about the three of us go take a bit of a closer peek at what we gonna be walking into?
Okay.
All right.
So,
So the three of you, please make stealth checks.
I'm gonna burn my inspo because my dice always hate me.
Except for when they don't.
Yeah, except for when they don't. Pretty good. 18.
23.
23.
Perfect. All right.
Twins.
And you start moving in, and you see that pieces of the rubble here have been moved to almost a circular formation that seems to be almost like a place where people would sit around and meet and talk. It's not the original purpose. It's a makeshift table of rock. And as you cling to the walls and the shadows, you see a thin gentleman sitting at the table, staring at the door. Large hat just going past her eyes. Her fingers themselves a little skinnier than normal. Shirt loose. You just stare, don't seem to notice that you've come in.
And it's just the one individual?
Mm-hmm.
Do they appear wounded at all?
I'm going to say from here, you're going to have to go a lot closer. They're not like leaning over or anything. They seem to be sitting fairly relaxed.
Okay. If we decide that we're going to get closer, I'm going to use Whistler's distraction.
I don't know that we need to get closer.
My dark vision is gray, so it's harder. That's why it's
Yeah.
harder to see that.
Yeah. Are they obviously armed?
The position from the table makes it hard to see. They don't have weapons in their hands currently, though. I mean, you don't know anyone who's not.
I mean, yeah. It's one of the like. Is the weapon out ready for?
Yeah, it's not
is
out.
the
There's no
question.
weapon out. The looking, I'll say, it looks like they're holding what appears to be a pipe and something like a fire starter.
Does it look like they're waiting for someone?
The way they're looking at the door, it definitely seems that way.
You know, I'm fine just waiting in here. If he's waiting for somebody, let's see who shows up.
Probably, I would take a guess that he's waiting for Petunia.
Possibly, or he's waiting for the person that we're trying to track. I'm not 100% certain this is the person we're tracking.
Is there a scent of blood in the?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Natural 20 for 26.
Damn.
Okay. You smell, it seems like there may be fresh blood on their clothes.
Are they still about 30 feet away from us?
So you're 30 feet from the door. They've gone inside. You stayed outside.
Oh, they went inside. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
At this point, I think I'd try and signal them that, just head back out to the group.
Signal who?
Ogie and
and
Arya.
Okay, for all of you or just them?
all three of us.
Okay. So, easy enough. Three of you head back out.
So now that, I would get outside the building, so I'm not directly in eyesight,
Yeah.
but I would stay around the doorway so that, if he moved, if he left, I'd want to be able to sort of keep an eye on him.
Yeah, I figure I'd be the last one back, and I'm kind of backing up. I'm picturing kind of my tail and Arya's tail kind of just looping around each other so that I can walk backwards, essentially.
That
keeping
makes
an
sense.
eye on him.
Yeah.
Kind of just
Okay.
twirled
Like-
together and
Yeah,
just,
and I'm leading Ogie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just tail and tail action going on here. So
And then-
I'm pretty much keeping an eye on him the entire time.
And then when we get out the door, I'm going to go around I will go ahead and head over to the other group and tell them what we saw.
Okay.
At that point, I'll probably whisper over to Morgan that I had smelt the blood.
So what are we doing?
Why are we not arresting him?
I don't know, but I am going to use, since we're a little bit away, I am going to use Performance of Creation, and I'm going to sing a little song.
We're not that far away.
Not
We're
that
like,
far away. Yeah, yeah.
We're like 40 feet away, 50 feet away from this dude.
Yeah. To be very
Okay.
clear.
Okay, then. Never mind.
Sorry about that. Well, you could do it.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. No, it's
definitely-
cool. It's cool. I won't do anything.
Like that wasn't just bad. I was like, wait, hold on. Like,
No, it's fine. It's fine. I understand. It's cool.
Okay.
So, I guess as y'all are like, why aren't we arresting him? Like, I sort of expected everybody like we got things back to them and everybody start coming. So I'll signal over to like post-it doors and like
Check windows.
All right. Then everybody make a stealth check as you follow these directions.
Do you want us to remake our checks?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mhm.
Re-situating yourselves.
Oof.
4 on Martha May.
Another 18.
oh no. I'm only a 22 this time.
I got another natural 20 for 26.
Nice. All right. What did Miss Gabrios get?
Wait, I'm sorry. What check?
Stealth.
Dirty 20.
Okay. So as you move, you hear a large stone being kicked by Martha May, and it scatters. And out. At which point you see a orange light come from a tin flint on pipe. Well, was wondering when y'all would make yourself known.
At that point, I just walk in the doorway. Like at that point, once he said that, like there's no point to continue this. I just openly.
Yeah. Well, who's all doing that?
Not Ogie. Ogie's gonna try to just crouch into a dark corner as
I
much
will-
as possible.
I'll go in.
What's Matthias doing?
He is walking in.
Okay. Miss Gabby, you staying hidden or going in?
Into the building?
Yeah.
I think I missed something. So we walked to the building?
So
Yeah,
Morgan made a position for everyone to get in position, like posting around the building.
Okay, that's what I missed. Okay. So yeah, I guess I'll go in.
Okay, so the only one staying hidden then, or actually Martha May, you.
I'll go in since I wasn't hidden in the first place.
Yeah. So only Ogie stays in the shadows.
Yeah.
There's a whole party of you. How considerate.
Well, when you do something the scale of what you did, it'd be a shame to dishonor that by only sending one person.
What do you feel like I did?
Well, judging by what we found in Mr. Bluesong's house and the blood on your clothes right here, it would appear that you assaulted Mr. Bluesong and then enchanted a bottle to pour liquor down his mouth and nearly drowned him.
Interesting how you go from blood to quite uncouth magic.
Well, I don't know of any other way in which a bottle just hangs in the air pouring liquor down somebody's mouth.
Oh, maybe he wrote it himself, Old Blue. Never can tell with those machinists.
Well, either way, there was a trail of blood that wasn't his coming out the back of his door and up his roof and out on this way. And you're the person here we found with blood.
How far away are we from him?
Let's say 20 feet.
20 feet. I'm thinking about doing something stupid.
As an individual who recently did something stupid, I say go for it.
All right.
Wait, do we want to have a timeout first to,
Well, I was thinking about.
or do you want us all to just be surprised?
Well, we'll be surprised.
Okay then.
Arya's just gonna put her hand on Morgan's arm and be like, "Oh, we don't have all the facts. We don't know why he's out here. Isn't that right, Mr. What was your name again?
Why not?
Mr. Why not?
Ross.
Mr. Ross.
Tom Ross.
Mr. Tom Ross. It's lovely to meet you. I am Arya, and I'm going to try and charm person.
Hold on. Is this actually Tom Ross?
This is not your brother.
I'm gonna take out my
What
gun.
was that, Bobby? You're muted.
I said dun dun dun.
Yeah, I just take out my gun and point it at him.
Oh shit! Never
all
mind.
right.
I guess I don't try and charm person.
Okay,
Never
so let's
mind.
do what you got to do. But I feel like after he said that, I had to do that.
So
But
charm
you do what you-
person is okay as long as you don't damage them.
Right.
So you can still try charm person. If he was shooting, that would be one other thing. Or if she was shooting, that would be one other thing. So I think you can still do that, Arya. Let's go for that. So that is a wisdom save. Or charisma.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. Got it. Let me get to. That is going to be a dirty 20.
Didn't even work. It's fine.
Okay, kind of. Nice. And as you pull out your gun, he's going to go ahead and pull out two.
Now, Mr. It would appear that there are those among us who don't believe you when you say you are a Tom Ross. So, do you have any assurances of that? Do you have anything that might convince somebody that that's actually your true identity? Because right now, it's not looking so good for us believing you.
I don't know how to look here. Well, how about this? Obviously, what I came here to do was not going the way I want. So, I'll give you a little information and a little something extra. You let me walk on out of here.
See,
No one needs to die.
See, the thing is, when you drop a name like the one you dropped, there needs to be explanations before we let you walk out of here.
Then I'll give you some. Should you let me go? Words, one's honor, only thing that matter out here, in my opinion. So, I'll enlighten you a bit. Like I said, I got a little extra for you. But you promise you're letting me out of here.
I think that promise is going to be dependent on what information you have. Because right now things aren't looking so good for you, and I don't know, even if I wanted to let you go, if my friends here would be willing to do that.
You're
We're
someone
in a-
who thinks you have a hand better than you do.
Now maybe
I'd be
that's true.
careful now.
Maybe that's true, but I don't know that until you give me some of that information. And so until you have some of that information given, I can't make any promises. I can only work off what I know. And and I'm having a hard time reading you right now. If we're talking hands, I'm having a hard time reading you, and I got reasons to not believe what you're saying to me. So until you can give me a little bit more to work with, I ain't willing to fold. And I would like to roll an intimidation check.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Make intimidation.
$25.
All right. For purposes of this, he's got his guns out, clicks them, and looks like he's about to continue to give you answers. He's been a little bit put off, but this can turn quite quickly. It's very heated. So, we're going to go ahead and roll initiative. And we're going to go bit by bit. As this is like a showdown a little bit here. And it depends on what happens.
Now, I do want to be clear. While Miss Gabby Ross has guns out, Morgan does not.
Right. And that's fine. We're just going to go turn by turn.
Sure,
because it's very heightened.
Right.
Like he's guns are pointed at him, and this they're seeing it. I tell you right now, they thought they were about to start a firefight. You just made them back off slightly enough to see if this can be resolved another way. But it is highly tenuous.
And that's some of what I'm hoping. And again, like, I'm only specifically pointing out I don't have my firearm drawn because I am trying to say, if you're willing to tell me this, we might be able to resolve this. I'm not itching to pull this trigger, but you got to be honest with me if I'm going to convince the people that are pointing the gun.
Sure. That's cool. Everyone roll initiative and we'll continue. Okay, very good. Okay, so before they have a chance to answer, Morgan said their piece. Is there anything Arya, Martha, or Matthias would like to do?
Before pistols were drawn or guns were drawn and they were still talking, could I have gone perpendicular to the left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else? Anybody?
Arya's Arya is just doesn't know what to do, so she's just gonna stand there.
All right. And Martha May?
Martha May is just gonna stand there, but her hand does move towards her sonic weapon.
Okay.
Doesn't pull yet, but is watching.
How about this? I represent Thomas Ross. We take his name when we do deals for him and someone in your town called me in. Now, you want to get a little more? You make the deal. Or things gonna get bloody in here. And I don't want that. But I don't understand to be murdered. And then Ogie and Miss Gabby Ross.
So I'm standing like just outside the store, or outside the door. I'm gonna just go ahead and knock a regular arrow, and if I see him go to pull a trigger, I'm gonna loose an arrow at him.
Absolutely. Arrows essentially get guaranteed stealth prep. So,
Yep.
Miss Gabby.
So you represent Tom Ross. Find that a little hard to believe, considering you're pointing a gun at his sister.
Sister's pointing a gun at me.
Sister's pointing the gun at a man who claimed to be her brother.
Then put him away.
You first.
Not his turn. Morgan.
Now, see, you say somebody from our town tried to do business with Tom Ross or those who represent him. So what I gotta know before I'm willing to promise I let you out of here is, did that business involve you shooting or harming Sheriff Lady Silver or our good Mr. Lusong?
You can respond here for a moment. I ain't harmed nobody here. Yet. Oh, yeah?
Nobody shot anything?
Oh, yeah.
Nope, I have nothing.
Alright. Martha May.
Martha will look between Miss Gabby and this gentleman and then kind of like still just waiting to see what plays out.
All right. And Matthias.
I. Hmm. Is there. Listening to him talk, is he humming anything with his words? Like how Mr. Bluesong whistled for the bridges to change? Is there anything on his voice?
Make a perception check. Or Arcana, your choice.
It'd be an 18 perception.
As he's talking, you try to listen, and there is an underlying tone of get a sense of preparation.
Okay. I will take one step forward.
Man. All right. Take the one step. He looks. I ain't hurt no one in your town. What anyone else did, I'm sure I have no idea.
I'm just going to keep looking at him.
Looks to Miss Gabby. Now, y'all don't take another step. Miss Ross, I'll put my guns away with you. If you want. And will essentially hold to resheath with you. Also waits on Morgan a bit. And Ogie.
Quick question. Hunter's mark. Does the target know their marks?
In this heightened one, yeah.
Okay.
Because this is like this very heightened awareness type of situation.
Okay.
So they would.
Okay. Then I will not do that, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to just do what I did last turn and hold just outside the door, kind of just poking, not even my whole head out, just a single eye, and essentially the arrowhead is all that's sticking out past the door.
All right. Escape Ross.
Can I do an insight?
Can as your action.
Nah. Yeah, I feel like I'd have to, actually. So yeah, I think what she'll say is, you should see the last. Oh no, you know what Tom did to the last person to draw a gun on me?
No.
So my action's going to be insight here. And I'm trying to get a feel for does this person actually seem like they know Tom Ross.
Make an insight check.
22.
22. Seems like this. He feels like he honestly represents this person.
Okay.
Do you put your guns away?
Is that an action?
No.
Okay. Then I do.
Okay. As you do, you mirror yours. So you'll keep them on his own hilt.
And after I do that, I'll say, then I just saved more than your life, in reference to what you said earlier.
Alright. Now, Deputy.
If you did no harm, and you're willing to share the information about who reached out to you and what they were asking, I think it's safe to say we can let you out of this building.
Let me go free. Don't
In
mince
order-
words.
In order to do that, I have a request from you.
Alright.
Would you be willing to let me do something with two of us, one from our side and one and you, to ensure that we are telling the truth?
Yeah.
If you do that, then we will let you go.
I have all your words.
You have my word.
And mine.
He
Yep.
waits.
Sure. Okay.
And that just depends on how you answer.
Come on now, Matthias. Let's be cooperative here.
I'm just telling the man the truth. Right
If-
now,
He says he didn't hurt anybody. You didn't hurt anybody and didn't kill anybody. You didn't hurt anybody, right?
Right.
So, Matthias, if he didn't hurt anyone and that remains the truth after what Miss Arya says, is he free to leave this building?
if that is y'all's call, yes.
Okay. Now, I don't know if he knows that Ogi is there, but seeing as how he wants the promise from everyone, and this is dependent on all of us being honest, y'all might be mad at me for doing this, but Morgan will. And,
Yep. No.
and Ogi,
Oh.
Bandit? I told you to stay home.
Miss Gabby.
so how did Ogi respond?
Meow. Right?
That is correct.
Okay, so I would say Martha May with your bandit, go ahead, stay home. Give me the deception check.
question is, does Martha May really think it's banded?
I mean, if you feel that's questionable, then I'll put it over to Ogie to make the deception
I
check.
honestly do,
Cool.
just because cats do what they want, and she has one. So
Perfect.
for her, it
Perfect.
would be like, what did the cat?
Yeah, that misinterpreted. Cool. Go ahead, Ogie.
I'm gonna go ahead and burn my inspiration for a flat roll on this. Despite my proficiency, I'm not a charismatic person. 16.
Okay. Natural 20.
Oh my god.
And in this moment, does Gabby Ross agree?
Before Gabby does anything, she's going to telepathically communicate with Arya.
Okay.
Unless she has some kind of blocker to telepathy or mental.
No, I don't.
So Gabby would say, Arya, what are you doing?
I have a way to make sure they are telling the truth.
All I really care about is finding Tom. I think this person knows where he is.
Well, if we can get the truth out of him, if we can get him to tell the truth, we can ask him questions about Tom.
Will they be able to just leave, or? I mean, I'll agree to it, but if
maybe we can get to some hints on where Tom is.
okay, if that's part of it, then I'll agree to it.
All right. We'll try and get some hints on where Tom is, because we'll do that, okay? But we also have to make sure he didn't actually hurt anybody here, okay?
All right.
All right.
So she agrees then.
Yep.
Goes, I'll trust you, deputy, to hold the cat in check.
Morgan will just nod.
Very well.
He's working across
No.
May's face. Like,
Yeah.
my cat respond. What?
What you're saying says 2 and 1. Everyone else can rightly get on out of here, right?
Why don't
Way I see this, there's 3 people, there's 4 people that need to be here. You and me, so that we can be telling the truth. Miss Arya here, the one doing the magic. And since you invoked the Ross name, I can't rightly justify asking Miss Gabby Ross to leave the building.
I accept your terms.
Okay. I'll look at everybody else. If you could just step out for a little bit, like, don't worry, we've got everything. It's fine. Okay.
Oh, that's fine. I have to go find Bandit.
Okay. Go find Bandit.
Are there windows in this?
There's a few holes in this thing.
Okay. I would like to be within earshot.
This is enough.
All right. Morgan, still don't know your name, sir. If you could just have a seat. It's a 15-foot.
For the purpose of this, you can just call me not Tom.
Okay, not Tom. Mr. Not Tom, if you guys could just have a seat facing each other. It's a 15-foot sphere.
I'll go over, sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's a
so
15
the two sit at the table.
And Arya will close her eyes and she'll start singing and harmonizing with the rock. And she'll cast Zone of Truth, and just this pale pink sphere encircles them.
I will voluntarily fail my save.
As will this person. Oh,
Mr. Not Tom, what were you doing in Mr. Bluesong's house?
I was making a delivery.
Were you involved in the state in which we found Mr. Bluesong, nearly unconscious, with alcohol magically pouring into his mouth?
I did not know that would be what was going to happen. Nor did I think he was going to be harmed. I gave information about my delivery in hopes that someone could alleviate Mr. Song from something I desired. It's meant to be a noticeable and quick before another song bursting through a window.
Who is your contact? Remember, we said honesty.
And honesty you will get. My contacts handle. I do not know if it is their name or not. Just like they believe my name is Tom. Or maybe they don't. But they simply went by an interested one. That's all they would say. And that did me just fine.
How were you wounded?
The nature of what I was delivering. Or going to deliver.
What were you going to deliver?
Oh, come now, Arya. Let's give the man a little bit of reasonable accommodation here. He's not the one that injured Mr. Bluesong. We can have our questions, and we don't need him to spill everything. We just need to make sure we have the information we need. Can
Okay.
you identify the person who came through the window?
I told you. It was another blue song.
Do you... What did they do after they came in the window?
Well, that's when things went to shit. Blue went through. There was a brief fight. He went into his room. They tore the blue song that crashed in, and only who I presume was the interested one began tearing that door down, and that's when I grew disinterested and said they can bring me whatever it is they can get here. I made myself scarce.
Were you the one that fled out the back door when I announced myself at the window?
No. Didn't hear anything from you.
Well, I think we know
If-
he didn't do anything, so I think Miss Gabby had a couple of questions.
Let me... I think I know... Well... The last of my questions would simply be, if we needed to do business, whether that business be information, objects, etc., if we want to do further business with Tom, or more not Toms, as you said you all tend to represent yourself as, if we were to do business with the Toms, how would we contact the Toms?
If you want to know that, then you would need to do something more for me.
That is fair. I understand. What I will also say, before we allow Miss Gabby Ross to ask you questions about the name you claim, part of this deal, we agreed that one from both sides, which includes me here, would step into this. I feel like I've been asking a lot of the questions, and I certainly want to make sure the deal we had was fair. At this point, in order for you to feel this was a fair deal, do you have any questions for me?
Looks at you. I think is it your intention to root out those of us who left.
It is my intention to bring stability. It is my intention to create an environment where, whether you left, whether you were chased out, whether you chose to stay, whether you sing with the Mother Crystal or what have you, there have been far too many dead on this rock. I have seen far too many people be taken advantage of by the company, by the wealthy. This place will be a fair place. And as long as you don't cause ill, ill will not be caused by us. That is at least my intention. I can't guarantee that I'll always be perfect in it, or that any of us will. But my intention, at least, as deputy here, is to create stability and to give everyone a chance on this godforsaken rock.
Fair enough. I'm good then. Said Miss Ross had questions for me.
What does the real Tom Ross look like?
I would never tell anybody that.
I'm his sister.
Fine. You may make claims of what Ross might do to me if I shot you. But I fully know what he'd do to me if he learned I told anybody what it looked like.
I already know what he looks like. I grew up with him.
Time ain't one who's gonna rightly care.
I am not convinced you've met the real Tom Ross. That is why I'm asking you this question.
Again, I'm not sure I rightly care.
I thought we were going to do honesty. That was the deal.
I am. I ain't been dishonest.
He
I
is
have asked-
being 100% honest for everything.
Whether a man's name is a man's name is less concerning to me than a man's character is what it is, and he has shown it to be quite true.
Who?
The one I call Tom Ross.
The one you call Tom Ross. The one other than yourself.
Right.
So you say his character has shown through.
In terms that I agree with.
Such as?
Well, he never broken his word to me. That's pretty much what I care about. He never killed no child. Nor anyone I rightly think is innocent.
You would tell me all that, but you couldn't tell me his hair color, because it would offend him. Is that the truth?
That is. What I think of him and how one could identify him. Two different things.
And if I ask the other two to step outside, would you tell me what he looks like then? Knowing full well that I have also met him and am willing to step in this circle to prove it.
I can be 60 feet away.
I would never tell anyone. There are rules, and they don't tend to have exceptions.
And how would you feel if someone was to tell someone else about those physical features.
None of my business unless Tom made it mine.
When was the last time you talked to the real Tom Ross?
About 1 month ago.
One month ago.
Yeah.
Would you take me to him?
Not unless you showed to be unless we became business partners. But if you want me to mention you to him, I will. But I certainly don't care either way. I'm not required to mention y'all, and I want it not for the kindness of letting me leave, but if you wish that your presence be known and your claim to his name, I'll blush.
My claim to his name. We share a name.
If I offended, I apologize.
Well, I'll tell you what. Give me your word of this. That when you leave this place, you will go find the real Tom Ross. And you tell the real Tom Ross that the real Miss Gabby Ross would very much like to speak to him. And just so we are perfectly clear, Mr. Whatever your name is, it would not offend me at all if you mentioned my hair color, my voice, my eyes, my eyebrows, the size of my nose, the shape of my lips, my ear size, what I am wearing. Would you give me your word of that?
I'll give my word when I see him. I'll tell him as such. And I have some business to attend to before I would go and find him. Can't go to him empty-handed now.
And what would make you go there sooner? What is it that your hands are empty of?
I suspect if you give me what the interested one took, now that would make me go right quick.
Would you consider that enough of something for you that we might you might give me ways to contact the Toms to do further business?
Yes. Yes, I would. Actually, so you wouldn't say that precisely. I would consider that enough to be able to contact me.
Well, that's at least a step in the right direction.
Indeed.
I'll look up at Miss Gabby Ross.
I think Miss Gabby is kind of overcome with a lot of anger. And so she's going to make her way out of this.
Well, I believe we have reached the conclusion of the deal we made, Miss Aria.
Other than the fact that we don't know what we're supposed to be getting back for him.
Well, now that's our problem to figure it out, isn't it?
Would you mind telling us so we can figure it out quicker, Mr. Not Tom?
Well,
I would greatly appreciate it.
kind of sits there and he's thinking, going in his mind.
And I'll drop the zone of truth while he's thinking.
Yeah. Well, I think even before you drop it here,
Yeah.
I have a code. So no.
Understand. All right, well, let's go.
You can see even that there's this moment, and Morgan, you recognize this, of someone who almost wants to morally do something wrong, but doesn't. Like he was very close kind of to selfishly say it, but he like kind of chose to not based on what he thought was right.
Well, Mr. Not Tom, we understand you not willing to break a code there. As convenient as that sometimes might be, it is respectable. Even if one might not consider your business and mine to coincide much. But I can respect a man that respects his code.
No.
And on that note, I believe our business here is done, and as was promised, you are free to go.
Indeed. And he takes a object wrapped in black cloth and places it at the table. I promised you extra for letting me leave. There it is. And will very quickly make their way away through a window, like immediately.
On that note,
is it
can we
one of
take
the
a break?
same windows? Is it the same window that one of the other people was standing at?
No, he
Okay.
he clocked this. He was very much watching everybody. He's like full alert, watching each person move. He'd be where somebody was not.
Can we grab our quick break now? I think there's
Yeah.
a couple of us that need to step away.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. Yes. I'm sorry, finish scene. 10:25.
Also, canon that there's a group of shady dealers out there that just go by the Toms.
Yep. Sorry about that. Went right through that break. Fine.
Also, Ryan, I'm sorry about that, but that's absolutely what Morgan would have done, because Morgan thought honesty was the only way to get through that. Oh, I guess Ryan's not quite back yet.
Yeah. Sure when logs on here. I guess it's Ryan's what we're waiting for. Alright. Ryan, you back? Well, I give her noses, so let's go ahead and continue. Alright, so as they slip off into the darkness, very hurriedly.
Morgan would wait till everybody else comes back into the room before unwrapping the gift.
Hello.
Alright.
Ryan, you back?
Yeah. Alright.
I think once Martha stepped out the door, she realized it was Ogie, and so she didn't look too hard for the cat. But she'll head back in after.
Did he ever actually
I'm
see
left.
me? Because I don't think I ever said I put my weapon away. I mean, if we need to go back and say that I did, fine, but
Oh, what? I don't know. I'm not sure what you're getting at.
Did he see me after Morgan outed that I was out there?
No, I guess he didn't see you if you never moved.
Okay. Then yeah, I the entire time that I still had my bow and arrow trained on him.
No. I mean, he was aware you were there.
Well, yeah, but if he still didn't see me, then he wouldn't have known that I still had a weapon trained on him the entire time. That's why I didn't
Okay.
want to get in the flow of things. I'm just saying I never actually said that I put it away. Or agreed. I meowed. That was it.
Oh, he.
Yeah, but then he explicitly put your actions on me.
Yeah.
If you would have done something, because he explicitly said that he was trusting me to keep the cat in check.
All right. So, does everyone come in the room?
Yep.
Okay.
I haven't moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come in now.
Okay.
Air is still knocked, but it's no longer drawn.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and he's gone. This guy
Yeah.
left. And there is this wrapped object that sits on the table.
Trey, does Matthias come back in?
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, Morgan will uncover whatever not Tom left.
Okay.
Before, well, okay, they can still open it, but can I? Is it humming with the song that he was preparing?
No, but because of your thing, it does hum.
Okay, I will. Miss Morgan, I don't know if we want to just open that.
Well, it's just a cloth covering it. I'm just taking the cloth off. That's all I'm doing.
I'm going to step back.
At some point, we'd need to see what it was, no matter what.
I do agree with that. I will observe from a safe distance.
That is fine. Yeah, I'll pull the black cloth off of it.
Okay. And you see a crystal that has a swirl of rainbow color dancing around it with light. It also has a metal contraption that it illuminates that seems to have a trigger that will strike it simultaneously from 3 silver strikers.
Well, now that is interesting. I don't have the foggiest about what it does, though. Would anyone else here care to take a guess about what this does? Matthias, you seem in tune with these things. Do you know what it's doing?
Do I know what it's doing?
You can make an Arcana check.
That is an 18.
Got it. And it does particularly. The song is strange on it. You've not seen something absolutely like it, but you definitely feel like the 3 strikers, when triggered, will give a particular effect. Not, you don't think it's going to blast or anything, but it will definitely have a particular, a different type of song, and it would be activated by those 3. And you also seem to you look at the apparatus and you can tell that this is crystal that has been carved, particularly. And that it would lose its charge or connection to the song once used, though it seems like there's an apparatus to recharge it somehow. You're not entirely sure what, other than it seems fairly powerful. Definitely way more powerful than a lot of what you've seen. You've not sure you've seen anything that could do this at the God Nexus, or whatever effect it does. It seems to be more than anything you've seen at the God Nexus.
Okay. I will relay that to everybody else.
But we don't actually know what it does.
Correct. Is there any switch or way to activate all three?
There's just a trigger that looks like it does it.
Okay.
You say there's a trigger. Is the thing like pointed like a gun, like you'd aim it at somebody and pull a trigger?
No. Though, do you handle it?
No, I'm still just looking at it at this
Okay.
point. Though I guess if we're not sure what it does, I would pick it up while exercising very particular trigger discipline, as in not putting my finger anywhere near the trigger.
As you do, the whole room, your vision becomes tinted in red. And you see an area roughly 20 feet wide that has this rainbow color to it. And as you kind of look and move your head, it shifts and moves with your vision around, and you find if you can concentrate, you can move it around in this red tinted area.
So I can move the rainbow around?
Mm-hmm. But no one else sees this, it's just kind of in your vision.
Okay. But it doesn't appear to be affecting anything. It is just, I'm just seeing this rainbow patch in the red area.
Right, and as you let go, everything turns back to normal and you get it. It's back. So you get the strong sense that whatever this does, it would activate in whatever area you have in Rainbow.
Yeah. I just don't know what would happen in that area.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Do we want to find out?
Well, the thing is, it only has a charge, and we don't know how to recharge it yet.
That is a fair point.
Well, this seems a bit dangerous. I think we ought to just tuck this in right here and get on our way.
You don't want to hide it somewhere other than here?
Oh, no, when I say tuck this away, I'm putting it in my bag.
Oh, okay. My misunderstanding.
Yeah, so I'd say Matthias and Martha May, and even Miss Gabby, you definitely recognize this as like next level Magitech, or Scenarium tech, essentially. This is far beyond what you've seen done.
Miss Gabby Ross, did you say that Tom had some laboratory equipment there in the the house?
No, I did not.
Oh, that's right. That was all out of character. My apologies. Morgan would not have said that then. Well, this looks like it could be downright dangerous. So let's keep this on the down low, shall we?
Yep. Well, it seems our lead has turned cold. Maybe we should head back into town and see if we can find anything else out.
I mean, the problem for us is if when we go back empty-handed, we're going to have to arrest Mr. Bluesong. Or you are, Deputy.
Yes, at least temporarily. What we know is that somebody took something from Mr. Bluesong's room, an interested party, and that bit of evidence might be the only thing we can to pin the person that was in the room to the room. And unfortunately, we don't rightly know what it is, but that might be something I can get from Mr. Bluesong himself. You know, once I take him into custody and have an interrogation with him, as you do with prisoners, you see.
Well, I was thinking about maybe trying to go find Tom.
Well, right now, I don't think we. I mean, unless you're more aware of more information than I am, getting this 4-hour not Tom might be the best lead we have to get into the real one.
Yes, but he's so impossible. He just won't even answer a simple question. I'm not sure if he's as good a lead as we hope he is. I mean, I'd be a little bit more inclined to put faith in him if I had a reason to believe he had actually met Tom, but I'm not convinced.
The only thing we know for now is that he certainly believes the person that he's talking about is Tom. He could be wrong, but he certainly believes it is. And that he is loyal to that man. And if there is one thing that I think we can value, it is loyalty. And we might be able to use that loyalty to get to Tom. But we're going to have to prove ourselves to not Tom first.
Well, that's what I'm saying. As far as I know, he's a dead end. I feel like there's probably a better lead somewhere.
As of now, might be a dead end is better than any other ends we've got.
Well, in the meantime, it wouldn't hurt to look for another lead.
Oh, certainly. I'm not looking.
Maybe I can find something.
So on that note, I'm headed over to Mr. Bluesong's house.
Okay, y'all can make a perception check.
Everybody?
Yes.
That would be a natural one. For a
11
total,
for Martha May. Sorry, Trey.
you're fine.
23. The dice are liking me today.
Man, same. 25.
Jeez.
I got a 19, so I can't do much better.
Arya Miss Gabby?
14.
11.
In that case, sorry. You hear a little bit of shuffling in roughly 50 feet away. You see a figure begin running.
Bounty mark.
Okay.
And I realize that clears my bounty mark off of Petunia, but if this dude's running, I want to be able to find him.
Yeah.
And how far away is he?
50 feet right now.
I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark him, which does the same thing essentially as his mark, but
Similar, yeah.
And it's time for a chase.
If I did dissonant whispers on him, would that kind of slow him down? If he didn't succeed on his save?
I don't know that it would slow him down because dissonant whispers just makes him run, and he's already running.
No, that's true. Never mind. Never mind. I'm stupid.
I'm gonna give him a headache. Like, ah!
I mean, I'm gonna
I'm just gonna stand there.
also take off after him.
Yeah, I think he now has 2 people chasing him.
Yeah.
Marsha, I keep saying Marsha because that's my boss's name. How about we all just call me May, okay? So May is gonna she'll start like harmonizing a tune, and as she does, she like sort of like the sound of the earth rumbling, and is gonna cast Entangle at the person. So sort of as she's trying to hit the right note to harmonize with the background noise that we always hear, to try and get these roots and grass to kind of grow around where this person is.
Tumbleweeds. Lots of tumbleweeds.
Like this dude doesn't even get a chance to explain himself. Just suddenly.
Yeah. All right, let me do this. So it comes up, and let's see here.
It's strength 14.
Okay. Let's go here. There we go. All right. All right, as you do, the rock reacts, coming up around them. He does a 14 on his save.
That's what he did hit.
Can I silvery barbs that?
You can.
At least I can do something.
Hey.
Like every single one of us is just like, screw you, dude. You in particular.
All right. What's that look like as you kind of like this distance of interfering with what they're doing?
She's gonna whistle to get his attention. When he looks back, she's gonna wink at him and yeah.
Amazing. And that lowers it to a 13.
Yay!
And you see like it's almost like an echo as May puts out this song and harmonizes, and it comes back stronger as the rock itself almost molds and turns and wraps around them as they become restrained.
And suddenly he is surrounded.
Yeah, there are turns you can all get around. All right.
Dagger is drawn at this point, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the arrow knocked and drawn.
I guess I'll do the same with my arrow, bow and arrow.
All right. So, okay. So you've surrounded them, and you see at this point a rather bloodied person. He is dressed in black, but you recognize his face from the dinner.
Oh,
He's looking.
one of Petunia's friends.
Seems you've made a few bad decisions today, fella. Now, here's the deal. You give us what you took from Mr. Bluesong's room, and we can have ourselves a civil conversation. Otherwise, this is right to get might unpleasant for you. I would like to roll intimidation. I don't know that it's going to do anything since
Yeah.
he's like already feeling very hostile. But
Yeah, go ahead, roll it. We'll see. I'll take it into consideration.
I mean, this is it's how Morgan would play this.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I'm doing the math right. 21. Middle of the road roll.
Yeah, you could tell he's looking. And he's going to try to escape these things because he gets to make another save, correct?
Yep, strength 14 save. It's his action though.
He'll
Not
use
that we're in
it.
combat rounds, but
Cool. Let's start initiative.
Yeah, so he'll to go. Now we're starting initiative.
Yep. As soon as he twitches.
Yep, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Okay, looks good. Just cool. Morgan, you're up first.
Cool. Was he able to get out of the...
No.
Cool.
Though I would say because we're doing that, I would let it go. Go ahead.
I'm gonna sonnet attack.
Just shoot the man right there.
Well, I gave him an option, and
Yeah,
then he
nope.
tried to fight.
Do
Like-
your thing. Do your thing.
He may rethink how he responds to Morgan in the future. I don't know. Well, that's a nat 20.
Jeez. Now, were you in melee there, or were you a little farther back?
I was a little farther back.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, I'm assuming we're kind of all just outside the area of effect of Entangle.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah, I was just trying to get that picture in my head too.
Cool. So, that's right.
All right. So, what was that damage? Or yeah,
33.
33. Now that rings out loud as he screams as the vibrations begin ripping his chest open. Ah! He's up.
And again, I'm not. That was my action, so I can't do another intimidate action. But I will holler at him again and just say, "Down."
All right. Martha May.
wait, I'm confused. Are you telling him to get down?
Yeah, I'm telling him to get back down.
But he didn't get out.
Oh, it sounded like Matt said he stood up at that point.
He tried to get. And he was never down.
Yeah.
He was restrained, and I say he didn't get out of the restraints. He just
Okay.
struggled against the restraints.
Okay, then I would just say still.
Okay.
Okay, good. I just wanted to know if I needed to drop entangle or not. This was just what I needed to know. Okay. So, Martha will go ahead and draw her sonic
Wait,
weapon.
hold on. There's one thing that I might have forgotten there. What is there a bonus from?
From your mark?
Yes, there is. So that might actually have done even more damage. Hold on.
I think it's D4 or D6 for you.
It did another 8 damage.
All right, they are bloodied. Martha May.
Sorry. Continue. Apologize.
That's okay. Martha at this point will go ahead and draw her sonic weapon, and will hold her action. If he gets out, she's going to shoot him.
Matthias.
How close can I get before entangle would affect me?
What was the what's the space there, May?
Looks like it's a 20-foot square.
So probably about 10 feet.
10 feet. Okay. I will get close to that 10-foot mark and try to position myself so that there is nobody in a 15-foot cone on the other side of him, and hold my action.
Okay. Gabby Ross.
So let me get. I'm okay. So as far as what's happened, he was restrained. He tried to get out of the restraints, and he was shot.
Yeah.
And then a couple of other people have lined up ready to hurt him more if he actually escapes.
Also, it looks like you can enter the area. It's just difficult terrain. It's just the creature that is in the area is restrained.
Yes.
Where are we in relation to the town right now?
So right now, according to that map, you are to the northwest. And what's up here?
Yeah, would this be before or after we would have gone down to the lower level?
This was right when you moved out of the
Okay.
thing. So,
Oh, so we're still by the
The temple.
temple.
So let's see here. So the outskirts of town could potentially hear this gunfire, but just the outskirts. Like Ogie's house is right where some of the gunfire could be heard from.
Also, if there's anybody at the watchtower there,
Yes,
they
the watchtower would be hearing this.
Gabby would just say, "Hold your fire. He's unarmed. You don't need to be shooting. This is most improper." And is gonna step away from this. Isn't taking out her gun.
Okay.
Completely disagrees with what's going on.
Ogie.
He's not really gonna do anything. He's gonna kind of stand back, ease the tension on the bow, leaving the arrow knocked, but not fully drawn it at this point. Kind of looking around, and basically, I guess he'd probably try to maneuver himself in a way that the guy doesn't have a clear exit. Like he's gonna have to get by right next to one of us.
Okay.
And actually, he will put the arrow away, and he'll grab out one of his regular daggers and the spike that he's been using. It's a dagger. It's the sonnet one that I, flavored to work with my bow.
Okay. Aria?
Yeah, she doesn't know why Morgan shot him when he wasn't able to get out. And she's a little confused as well. So she'll drop her aim and loosen up her grip on her bow as well. And she'll be like, There's no need for violence right at this moment. Why were you running from us? And she's going to ask that of the guy.
Yeah. In that case, make a persuasion check. That's a good action.
Persuasion. What's my persuasion? Persuasion. Ooh, 18 plus 7. 15. Or 25, I'm sorry.
Yeah. When he left alive, I figured Tom had sent you after me.
Were you his contact?
Just trying to sell him something.
Can we talk about this and go back into the temple and talk about this?
Looks around. Yeah. Yeah, we can.
You hear that, guys? Let's go talk about this
And
instead of
that's-
shedding more blood.
And that's where we're in for tonight.
Awesome.
All right. Well, anyone watching, thank you so much for joining us on our little Western drama. And we will get back to it next week. See you then.